Hey, what's good, you guys? Rasati out here in Singapore and coming at you a little bit late tonight. It's about, I don't know, half past midnight. Just got done with a Riverdale binge. It was very interesting. Obviously, we're just hanging on to the edge of our seats, enjoying the drama that is Riverdale life. But I wanted to come on here actually and talk to you about something that I listened to earlier today. So, as you guys know, I try to do as much work as possible. I multitask every chance I get. Yes, I do consume a lot of Netflix, but a lot of that is because I like watching the character development, and I do pay attention to the dialogue between characters, the revelations between characters, the different because it's all teenagers, right? Because we're watching Riverdale, the different scenarios that teenagers go through as far as understanding more about life, about human relations, getting to know themselves a little bit. It's very informative to me. It reminds me of things that are actually really important in life and the difficulties that some people may experience as a result. So it kind of helps me develop content for my page and the things that I want to teach anyway. So it's one of those avenues that I use in my business. And of course, it's entertaining. I love movies. I love TV shows. Y'all know that about me. But like I said earlier today, I was listening to YouTube, and it's kind of like once I get baby girl off to school, my day kind of starts already, right? I get rolling and I want to start listening and getting my mind in the right frame, getting myself in the right frame of mind for the rest of the day so I can really punch out some great content for people. So today I found myself listening to Roberta Blake. It was a YouTube video that kind of caught my eye, something about 100. I was thinking, 100, like what the heck? So I jumped on and I was listening, and it reminded me of the fact that Pablo Picasso has over 5,000 pieces of art in his life. And basically, what Roberta Blake was saying was you need minimum 100 tries before you can say you've really given a good shot at anything. And what he was basically telling us was, because he's really good at content for YouTube, uh, video content to be exact, he was saying you need to make 100 crappy videos and then decide if you really love it or hate it or whatever. Don't do one or two every so often and then be like, it's not for me. Like, really put your heart and soul into it, really put in the work. It's the same thing with Tony Robbins, the coursework that I'm doing with him for the Robbins Madonna's strategic intervention training basically states that you need a minimum of this many hours to become certified. It's the same with yoga certification. A lot of the certification that they're giving out right now for um, specialized skill sets, they're saying that you need a minimum. Excuse me, they're saying that you need a minimum of this many hours invested before you can really say that you are a master, that you really are a practitioner, that you really are, good at what you do and are capable of teaching the next person. So it's amazing and such a simple concept that I completely forgot it because believe it or not, when people say, hey, I want to do this and I want to do that, I was like, look, start making content every day, a little bit of something every day. And honestly, 100 days will go by without you even thinking about it. Case in point, I started a fitness group back in August, and it was based on an idea of doing 100 days of fitness. Now, my anything by myself, I usually bring people with me, which means I'm going to rally a bunch of people and get them all excited, and then they get me excited in turn, and collectively we use our energy and we push forward. But what happens is, excuse me, what happens is I have the energy, I have the desire, I'm excited, and I want people to follow me into the fire. I want people to like rally behind me and get excited about these things. But more often than not, people fizzle out and they lose interest. And then, unfortunately, my energy wanes as well, like almost as a result of their lack of interest. So I've been thinking, right? It's been August and I tried for, a really long time. Like I think the last 2 years, every so often I'll jump back on. I'm like, yeah, yeah, fitness, fitness, fitness. And I'll go for like, I don't know, 2, 3 weeks straight. And then all of a sudden something stupid will happen. My schedule will change up and I'll miss one workout. And suddenly I'm lost all over again. So what I ended up doing was I quit. I didn't use the Facebook group anymore, and other people were posting in there, but not as many as I would have liked. And the people that I started off with, either gave me grief or started slacking. So I lost the interest, I lost the nerve. And I found myself looking at fitness once again because here I am about T minus 1.5 months from a wedding. As luck would have it, it's my brother's wedding, and I need to be the maid of honor for my sister-in-law because it's culture, right? The sister of the groom is usually the maid of honor by default. And I've never been a maid of honor, and suddenly I have to be as dressed up as the bride. I have to be there for all her, like being there for people. That's cool. I'm cool with that. But I've never been so involved in a wedding before, and I kind of feel weird because I don't think I was this involved in my wedding. But that's cool. Anyway, beside the fact, basically, I feel like I need to get fit again. I've been slacking a lot. My sleep is off. I just did a collaboration blog piece for a gym pod here in Singapore, and I was talking about the benefits of exercise on mental health. And I thought that was pretty damn interesting because here I am struggling with sleep and panic attacks when I wake up, and I really, really miss my workouts. So I started using my favorite gym app again, something my trainer put me onto a couple of years ago, and I started posting and tagging them like I always do. Whenever I use something that I really love and I really appreciate, I tag the person that has invented it or the company that's behind it because I want people to know, hey, I'm a regular human being. I'm doing regular human things, and these are the things that I use. I use all the time. And Mad Bars is one of those apps that is really convenient actually because even the free version is pretty damn incredible. I mean, it's got the timer built in with of uh, pre-registered workouts, and it's meant for people without needing equipment. And I think that's incredible because that means I have no excuse. I don't need a gym membership to get up and do push-ups and sit-ups and jumping jacks or whatever else because I just need my body weight. And right now, if I can just make that a habit, I don't need nothing else. Honestly, I don't need nothing else. I need to make it a habit. And then when I get to that point where it's a habit, and it gets easy, maybe I'll increase the reps, maybe I'll increase the rounds, something like that. And when it gets easy again, then I'll start introducing weights because for now, this is enough. This is good. Endurance is what I really, really, really lack in my life. And this is one of those things that I've started introducing. So just like creating content, fitness is one of those things which you need to make a habit. Right now, I use Lumosity. I use Lumosity all the time because I really love the games that they provide. I used to have the paid version once upon a time. I don't have it anymore, which is not a bad thing. I'm not complaining at all because honestly, the paid versus the free, the only difference is they give you 5 games instead of 3 games every day, and even then, you have access to the games every time, regardless of what day it is or whatever. Whereas the free one, you only have the 3 that you played that day, which is fine. But honestly speaking, I got to a point where I made sure that as soon as I woke up, I played Lumosity every morning to kind of stretch my mind, to get my mind thinking like it did back in school. Because when we get to being an adult, we don't learn anything new. We don't stretch our minds. We don't push our memory. We don't push our pattern recognition or any of those things, our reflexes, right? So I do that. And right now, as of today, I've hit a streak of 52 days in a row where I use Lumosity. And I thought, you know what? I'm doing the brain exercises. I need to do the body exercises. So here I am back on the Mad Bars app. With that in mind, baby girl is getting ready to get out of school here in another week or so. And I've already decided, look, we're going to create content. We're going to create lots of content. And yes, we are starting a YouTube channel just for her as well. Actually, I'm not sure if it's going to be a YouTube channel or if it's going to be just a playlist on my own YouTube channel. But for now, yes, we're going to start creating content. And I'm going to learn to freaking edit video. I'm not going to shy away from that shit no more because guess what? I need to make 100 crappy videos so that I can get the hang of this thing and it's not such a big deal. Let me give you a success, right? There was once upon a time where I wasn't sure if I wanted to publish my podcast. Eventually I did that, and it took me, I don't know, a week straight of going live on Facebook audio for me to be able to get the hang of it. And honestly, the only thing I really miss is the countdown. Other than that, it works just fine. I'm great. Once I started doing that, ripping it from Facebook took me a little while, and there were times where I would just like forget completely, and the software would change or the process would change, and it would freak me out a little bit. But once I got the hang of it, honestly, it didn't take 100. It maybe took 10, 15, and I got the hang of it, and it wasn't so hard anymore. The next thing after that was, once I put it on SoundCloud, it's a matter of finding a way to get it on Spotify and on iTunes, right? So what I did after that was I had to go chase down and find out what the best aggregators were out there for me. And eventually I settled on Libsyn because my friend August Crenshaw was using Libsyn. Settled down with that. I had to, carve out some money for that, which is not a big deal either. But at that point, I had over 300 episodes, and I was like, well, how the hell am I going to do this? And guess what? To sit down and upload 300 episodes, put in keywords and all of the various little details that you need to be able to upload to all of the different, platforms that they offer. Eventually it was like, I don't know, it was like monkey work. I didn't have to think about it. It was like muscle memory. It just worked. It just did it. It got faster and faster. The first couple times I uploaded, it took me maybe 10 minutes to upload one track. After that, with a couple, well, not a couple, multiple tabs open at the same time, I was just plowing through them. It was maybe 2 minutes tops for each loading, only because it took a while to load the audio itself. And then the rest of it, by the time the audio loaded, I had finished all the details. And I just had to hit submit. That was it. Publish. We're done. So, Roberta Blake is absolutely correct. Yeah, I just need to create 100 crappy videos. I don't need to worry about the content and what it looks like, how pretty it is, if the subtitles on, I don't have subtitles. But I don't have to worry about none of that because I just need to get used to putting out the content. And eventually, as I go along, it will get better. It will get cleaner. The editing will get smoother, right? I was watching one of the sound guys editing a voiceover. I had to do a voiceover bit for Arivan. You guys, I'm on Arivan, right? I have a small scene in Arivan, and I had to go and do a voiceover for one of the scenes because it was too noisy in the cafeteria where we taped. And watching him cut and paste and fit in my voice to where the audio matched the video, he did all of that in less than 10 minutes. And it was a full-on scene. I was like, wow, oh my God, I was blown away. So honestly, don't ever let something new scare you. Yeah, it's gonna suck or not be that great. It will probably not meet your expectations the first couple of times, but you keep at it. You keep doing that. And eventually your stamina gets up, your pain threshold gets up, you get faster, smarter, stronger, more intuitive. Your cooking gets better, your ability to match hemlines and sew together outfits and take in seams or whatever it is that you're trying to do, right? All that will get faster. I didn't know how to knit. I taught myself how to knit. I didn't know how to crochet. I taught myself how to crochet. And guess what? We were them girls that used to sit out on a Friday night, chilling in the house, uh, banging some like wild hip hop or rap music, and we'd be watching BET, basically knitting on a couch because why not, right? We didn't have anything else to do. We weren't trying to spend money, so we would chill out at the house or the dorm room wherever we were, and we would be knitting these big ass blankets, watching BET, talking, chilling. It was like I could knit and not look at the stitches. I knew what I was doing. It was like muscle memory. But that didn't happen all by itself. It didn't happen just the first time around. It took lots of practice. It took hours of knitting for it to become so damn easy. And honestly, the way I knit is really weird. I actually like ground one of the needles and I use the other one and it moves faster. But yeah, totally weird, totally different. But I get it. 100 hours at least, 100 projects at least, 100 pieces of crafting, whatever it is that you're doing, you got to do it a while. So my next two goals, 100 days of fitness in a row, where I'm not trying to kill myself and go like a half an hour worth of working out, but I do want to work out. I want to move. I want to stay fit. I want to stay young. And that means playing Lumosity every morning and adding, workouts to my Mad Bars app and posting it for all y'all to see, because guess what? I am not a one-trick pony. I don't just talk about emotions, y'all. There are 12 categories to my life, and I will excel at every one of them because they're so interconnected to each other. Yeah, that was a mention to Life book, you guys. So y'all know what y'all get out there and get that work done. Put in the effort. Go get your 100 hours. My next two goals, like I said, 100 days of fitness in a row. Yeah, it's going to bleed into the new year. And you know what? It'll be like I was prepping for the new year. So the rest of next year will be every day without fail. It'll become a part of my day. And maybe, who knows, maybe I'll become a fitness model. I have no idea. I don't know what that holds for me. But I'd tell you what, I'm going to Benjamin Button this thing and make sure that I can keep up with my kid. The other goal, 100 classes in Singapore, in person, with people in front of me, where I can teach you the fact that it's worth it to have hope, that human relations is really not that difficult, to show you that you can build the dream life that you want with the minute details, tiniest of things. If it means you know, buy yourself one piece of clothing each month to show yourself that you can build the wardrobe of your dreams, to do that. If it means that you find a tailor that you can, alter whatever clothes you want, or tailor make suits, or become the next fashion, whatever it is, do a little bit of that every day. Or if you really can't afford it, do it once a month. Save up for it. Just like y'all do for, vacationing everywhere. Singaporeans vacation like I've never seen before. But it's awesome because we have so many places that are close by. But what I'm saying is, for real, make it your life's mission to build a life that you're proud of, that you don't want a vacation from, that you look forward to every day, because most of it is stuff you want to do, not the other way around. All right, you guys, you get the message, right? 100 days, 100 things, 100 hours. Go get that. It's your life. There is no dress rehearsal. This is it. And as always, I love you guys. I'll catch you again soon. Good night.